Alright, welcome you guys. This is Mr. Devaney and I'm going over properties of real numbers. This is your lesson on property of real numbers. Okay, now properties of real numbers are a system, it's a set of equations set up so that if you plug in any number for any of those variables and you keep consistent, it should work for every single number you can think of. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go to regionsprep.org. Oh, let me get out of here first. Jeez Louise. There we go. Okay, and here are the properties and their examples. So, for example, the first one is commutative property of addition. It's A plus B equals B plus A. In other words, the example is 2 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 2. And any number you pick. So once again, A stands for any number, B stands for any number. And there's only one situation where you can't pick a number, and I'll show you that a little bit later. Sorry, I had something in my nose. Okay, commutative property of multiplication. Same thing, but with multiplication. So 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. Okay, and also a little helper, commutative, commute. If you commute somewhere, you're moving to somewhere from one spot to another. So commutative, I just think about moving the numbers. Now notice division and subtraction are absent from communication. Commutativity. Ugh, communication. That's not even a word. Commutativity. That's a reason because order does matter when you're subtracting or dividing, because 3 divided by 2 is not the same as 2 divided by 3, and the same as 3 minus 2 is not the same as 2 minus 3. So the majority of the operations you're going to see are addition and multiplication in this part. Associative property of addition. If you have 3 numbers and you're adding them all together, you can add the last 2 first, or you can add the first 2 first. You know, it depends on how you feel you want to do it. Okay, same thing with multiplication and association. You can multiply the last 2 numbers first, or you can multiply the first 2 numbers first. Now, all the operations need to be either multiplication or addition. You can't mix like some multiplication and addition or multiplication and division. You have to keep it multiplication and addition all the way across, and that's definitely true for associative. Now, if you do mix up some multiplication and addition, you're going to go to a different property, which is the distributive property. So in other words, this number, you times it by each one of these numbers inside the parentheses. Okay. Alright, additive identity property. Whenever you see the word identity, it means you're getting the same thing as you started with. So when we're adding, what number do we add to get the same thing? Well, we add 0. Okay. Multiplicative identity, once again, identity, what are you multiplying by to get the same thing? You were going to multiply by 1. Okay, and that's how we got 3 times 1. Now, inverse, additive inverse, we're going to add up to 0. So what number do you need to add to a number to get 0? You need to add its opposite. Okay, so 3 plus negative 3 is 0. Multiplicative inverse property. Now this one is the only one where you're going to have the situation. A cannot be 0, so it can be any other number but 0. But basically A times 1 over A is 1, and this is what we call the reciprocal. So 3 times 1/3 is equal to 1. Okay. And the 0 property. Basically anything times 0 is 0. Okay. So, guys, that is it for today. I will talk to you on when we go over, come on, there we go. When we go over the live lesson about this stuff, about properties of real numbers. But properties of real numbers, really easy. Use that document to help out. Google properties of real numbers and you'll be able to find it real fast. Alright, thank you guys and have a great day. Bye.